Hello, my name is Naomi Sierra Gomez, and I'm a student at the University of Houston pursuing a certification in general education and special education for elementary. I want to be an opportunity culture teacher resident because I'm confident that the position will enable me to quickly grow into an excellent, highly qualified teacher. I believe that being a resident in your district would be a great fit for my level of experience and would provide me with the adequate opportunities to further my teaching abilities. The teacher resident role would let me be fully immersed in my responsibilities as a learner, educator, and team player from beginning to end. This is very important to me because I want to increase my exposure to special education settings and processes. I've found that experiences are more impactful when one is fully engaged and committed to it. Therefore, being a full-time resident before being a first-year teacher is an incredibly valuable opportunity for an aspiring special education teacher like me. The most relevant thing I've learned in actively working against inequitable instruction is that high expectations and adequate preparation pave the road to equitable education. I began to be exposed to the flaws in our public education system that consistently underserve our minority youth when I interned with Breakthrough Houston. Breakthrough taught me how to practice flexibility, patience, and thinking on your feet when surprise roadblocks and unexpected challenges arise. Getting to practice preparation and adaptability was critical in shaping who I am as an educator because taking into account multicultural education, restorative behavioral consequences, and expecting the unexpected became second nature to me when I was planning. Once I started studying teaching and learning, I was introduced to Paulo Freire. Freire's work, Pedagogy of the Oppressed, was very formative in my education philosophy because it taught me how to actively work against injustice through problem-posing models of teaching. For example, when I taught literature at Breakthrough, we read Ender's Game, a dystopian science fiction novel that discussed themes of genocide and war. Instead of having my students write an argumentative essay about the conclusion of the book, I had them hold a mock trial where they represented different parties from the novel with the intent of determining consequences as well as reparations for the appropriate parties. This activity fulfilled the objectives that the essay would have because my students found evidence, they created theses, they organized their thoughts in a logical way, but our mock trial let them go even further by giving them the space to practice public speaking and scholarly debate. Most importantly, our mock trial opened up a conversation about reparations, a real-world topic that is extremely relevant to my students. The most valuable lessons I've learned come from experiences like these, where being well-prepared and holding high expectations gave my students the space to teach me as much as I taught them. In my experience, I've found that treating students as equals, encouraging a growth mindset, and emphasizing the relevance of content helps motivate students regardless of their past positive or negative experiences with school. I strive to assume the role of facilitator of learning rather than giver of knowledge by laying the groundwork for self-discovery learning. Being able to treat my students as equals requires a strong student-teacher relationship. So I really try to work on listening to my students' input and feedback and taking interest in my students outside of the classroom. The positive encouragement that I give to students consists of commending their perseverance, hard work, and ambitious goals, rather than applauding their grades, scores, and intelligence. Praising students' work ethic helps them become confident in their abilities to work through any problems, whether they be academic, personal, simple, or challenging. So I emphasize dedication to learning, not high scores. I believe that consistently making meaningful and fun connections to the real world is a highly effective motivator for any student. In my classroom, every objective had a matching purpose statement, and we discussed the real-world applications of the skill at the opening and conclusion of the lesson. Whenever possible, I integrated manipulatives, videos, games, field trips, and even guest speakers to help spotlight the relevance of the skills we were learning. Overall, I found that being enthusiastic about the content I'm teaching and treating my students with the respect that I want reciprocated has helped me increase student motivation across the board. I would be a great asset to your school as a teacher resident because I have years of experience balancing the roles an educator has as a coworker, a teacher, a counselor, and a friend. I've learned strategies for working with teachers who have similar or different teaching styles from mine, and for approaching crucial conversations in the workplace. I've also accumulated hours of professional development on parent communication, student feedback, and tracking student progress. This led me to be able to effectively use character strengths like grit, self-control, curiosity, zest to prevent problem behaviors, mediate issues, and encourage learning. I'm confident that I would be a great choice for your teacher resident opening because my skill set and experience is extremely valuable right now. That flexibility, innovation, and dedication is necessary to be a highly effective and qualified educator. Thank you for your time and attention. I look forward to hearing from you. Have a wonderful rest of your day.